The latest MCU movie, Captain America Brave New World, is almost here. And the hype level for this film is, well, it's kind of like seeing the seafood section get restocked at a Chinese buffet. Like, I'll try it, I guess, but I'm not that psyched about it. But as a big fan of Marvel and somebody that follows the rumors and leaks very closely, there are several things in this film that I am actually quite excited to see. That's what I want to talk about in this video. 5 different leaks and rumors about Captain America Brave New World that actually have me incredibly excited. Slight spoiler warning for this movie, I guess. We don't know for sure if these things are actually going to be in the movie because this movie has had like 14,000 rounds of reshoots. But I'm pretty confident this stuff is actually in it. It was in it as of the last rounds of screenings. And look, before we get into these 5 rumors that actually have me excited, a word about Sam Wilson as Captain America. Right now, this movie is having a difficulty in its pre-sales, and a lot of people think it will underperform. We don't know for sure. We'll know when we get a little bit closer to the actual release date, but so far it is coming in at like 1.4 times the pre-sales of the Marvels at the same time period. I'm not a math wizard scientist guy, but I feel like that's not great. I don't know exactly what the issue is. I personally find myself not that interested in watching Sam as Captain America. I just wanted to say that because there seems to be this huge argument about what fans want, how successful this movie will be, and what that actually indicates. I just think it's not that deep. Like, we don't have to like go searching for all these explanations and answers. Like, Sam as Cap just might not be that interesting. If you find yourself like being angry at me saying that, like, consider this. Right now, this movie is majorly being marketed with Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. Can you imagine what the pre-sales would be like if they didn't have Harrison Ford as Red Hulk and it was literally just Sam as Captain America? I don't know, just food for thought. Just kind of felt like I should mention it in this video before I talk about all these things I actually am excited about. I don't know, man.
Oh God, you're canceling me.
But now let's get into these 5 rumors. And the first thing that's rumored to be in Captain America Brave New World that I'm actually excited to see is the rebuilding of the Avengers. Right now, part of this comes from just seeing in the trailer that it seems like President Ross wants Sam to help him rebuild the Avengers. And it feels like the world needs the Avengers, the world needs Captain America. And so in part, Sam is potentially going to be doing that. But there's other crazy rumors that add on to this that I find really fascinating. So let's begin with a rumor about Bucky Barnes. Right now, it is rumored that Bucky Barnes will show up in Captain America Brave New World. And according to people that saw the last screening, this is going to be a scene where he has a conversation with Sam, kind of like motivates Sam a little bit, and then pieces out. And it feels like that scene with Bucky will directly lead into him going to that art show that we see him at during the events of the Thunderbolts trailer. And according to the leaks and the rumors, the Thunderbolts are going to be the new Avengers. That's maybe even what the asterisk indicates there. One of the ideas that Marvel is cooking here is Sam Wilson assembling a version of the Avengers and him being perhaps like the government official Avenger person as Captain America. And then Bucky Barnes and the Thunderbolts are technically going to become the new Avengers. And in Avengers Doomsday, there's supposed to be some kind of a story thread about Sam and Bucky literally having different teams of Avengers. And I just kind of like that shit, man. Like, we've gotten so far away from the Avengers being a thing, being a club that you're either in or you are not. And I feel like we've just lost that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And so I love the idea of it beginning to be established again. I like this idea that Bucky and Sam will both be kind of building up a new version of that legacy team. And I really like the idea of that being some kind of a conflict in Doomsday, even if it's just a subtle one where Sam's like, oh, we're the Avengers, and Bucky's like, actually, we're the Avengers, and I have fake Captain America on my side. Like, that's just gonna be cool, man. As a fan of the characters, as a fan of the world, I've been wanting to know the status of the Avengers basically since Endgame, and I'm excited that we're getting those answers in Captain America Brave New World. As a fan of the lore, definitely want to know exactly what's going on with the Avengers. Now, the next rumor or leak that I'm actually excited to see play out in Captain America Brave New World has to do with adamantium. Now, this was an old standing leak leak or rumor, but it was confirmed in a lot of the marketing material that's come out for this movie in the past year. Basically, adamantium is a new metal that is discovered via Tiamat Island. Now, in the comic books, that's not at all what adamantium is. Adamantium is created. It's a synthetic metal that basically is the strongest metal ever. And in the comic books, adamantium just is super badass. I mean, if you have adamantium, you've got it going on. Wolverine, adamantium skeleton. X-23, adamantium. Even Ultron creates himself an adamantium body in Marvel Comics, and it's super badass. And so on the one hand, it's just cool to have adamantium, but the fact that it's going to be taken from celestial bodies, and that's basically the plot in Brave New World, that's really fascinating. So does it have some kind of technological aspect to it, some kind of way to harness or use power? Because I can assume, yeah, it's going to be unbreakable just like it is in Marvel Comics, but the fact that it comes from a celestial body, that's really interesting. So I gotta know more about what exactly that means. But also, adamantium connects to characters like Wolverine. It connects to characters from Weapon X and Weapon Plus. And there were some old rumors that Weapon X and Weapon Plus were going to be established via this film. In fact, I remember when Giancarlo Esposito's character was first brought into this film, people thought he was going to be GW Bridge. And there's actually still evidence that he is GW Bridge, and Marvel's lying about him being a Serpent Society dude. Like, would Giancarlo really be excited and say that they're doing a whole Disney Plus series about the character of Sidewinder? Well, gee, I hope not. The idea of Marvel Studios beginning to establish super soldiers, potentially Wolverine, potentially other mutants that will use adamantium, that's really exciting as a prospect. And so I'm going to be fascinated. Like, every time they mention adamantium, or there's any people that are aware of adamantium or anything like that in Captain America Brave New World, I'm going to be super dialed in to check that out. Adamantium, super big freaking deal. Very excited to see how that could connect to all kinds of other rumors and leaks that are happening in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the third rumor about Brave New World that I'm really interested in has to do with Amadeus Cho. Now, Amadeus Cho is a really interesting character from the comics. He was originally known as just like a genius. Like, this dude was kind of put into comic books as potentially smarter than Reed Richards and Tony Stark. He was a friggin' genius. Within the last 10 to 15 years, Marvel Studios actually turned Amadeus Cho into a version of the Hulk. There was a comic book run called Totally Awesome Hulk. And the rumors are for Brave New World that Amadeus Cho will be introduced in this film, and he is going to be given a Hulk serum, right? So he might become a Hulk in this movie, or we'll just know by the end of the movie that he has been given some of the Hulk serum, and so he could turn into the Hulk at any moment in time. And I'm fascinated by this because I think Amadeus Cho's actually a cool character. Totally Awesome Hulk was a pretty fun comic book run, but with Marvel also building up a show called Champions, and they do want to sort of build up even more Hulks out there, I think Amadeus Cho being a Hulk could be really cool. That could be a fun addition to the MCU, as long as he doesn't have the haircut that Hulk's son had. What the f was that? Speaking of Hulks, that brings us to the fourth rumor about Captain America Brave New World that I think is actually awesome. This has to do with the Hulk, Bruce Banner, becoming savage again. Now, there are rumors that Bruce Banner as the Hulk will show up in Brave New World. Some scoopers are saying that's not real. It wasn't true as of the last screening, but there are a lot of rumors that suggest he could pop up in a post-credit scene or some really small scene that people are not aware of. And even if that doesn't happen, there are established rumors that this film and the events of this movie will affect Bruce Banner and set him towards the path of becoming Savage Hulk once again. I covered this in some recent videos talking about the World War Hulk rumors, but when World of Real scooped the story about a World War Hulk movie being real, one of the things they said was that the events of Brave New World will set up World War Hulk, and Thunderbolts becomes a direct connection to the World War Hulk film. I've heard this described as simply as Bruce did not want more Hulks out there, and once more Hulks start appearing, like Red Hulk, potentially Amadeus Cho Hulk, etc., Bruce Banner is just gonna snap. Like, that's his worst fear, and it's gonna cause him to snap and become the Savage Hulk once again. So maybe that's what's happening, and maybe we'll see that happen in the movie, but it's also possible that Bruce Banner sees how savage the Red Hulk was and is like, damn, we need a really strong Hulk that can stand toe-to-toe with these other Hulks, and he kind of walks back on having the merged Hulk banner thing. A lot of ways that this could play out, but Hulk becoming Savage again is something fans absolutely need. Like, I need that shit, bro. Like, come on, man. So I'm super excited to check out how that could be happening in the movie. It's something I'm gonna keep my eye on and be like, oh, maybe, oh, damn, yeah, Savage Hulk is back, baby.
I got my balls back now.
And the final rumor for Captain America Brave New World that actually has me excited is potentially set up for Doctor Doom. And I know that might seem crazy. You look at the plot, you look at some of the other rumors, and you're like, how the f could this movie set up RDJ Doctor Doom? Well, this apparently all has to do with the post-credit scene, and it all has to do with the character of the leader. The leader character has like super brain powers, like he's really brilliant. That's like his whole thing, like the big old brain. Like, it's basically like the idea of hulking out your brain, right? So the leader is very intelligent and can sense and perceive things that other people cannot. And apparently at the end of this movie, the leader is going to explain to Sam Wilson that a massive threat is coming. And he's going to tell Sam Wilson that Sam has to be ready for this massive threat. And that could also lead into Bruce Banner becoming Hulk once again. Like, maybe Sam hears this from the leader, understands what's going on, and then he goes to Bruce and he's like, hey, something big's coming. We need you to Hulk out. There are also rumors that this actually connects to a version of Hulk known as the Maestro, and perhaps the Maestro Hulk is coming for Earth, and that's going to be the big threat, and he's technically working for RDJ Doctor Doom. Either way, what we know right now is that the post-credit scene or the end of Brave New World is the first indication of Doctor Doom and that threat. And even if it's kept super vague, I have heard that that is exactly what Marvel Studios is trying to do. They are trying to establish the mystery and the threat of basically what will become RDJ's Doctor Doom. The leader is a good choice for this, again, as he has that hulked out brain and he can perceive all these crazy things. And so pay very close attention to whatever the leader is saying in this movie, and especially what the leader says in this post-credit scene when he is talking to Sam Wilson. So there you have it, guys. 5 insane rumors about Captain America Brave New World that actually have me excited. I'm also gonna just go because I'm a Marvel fan, and hey, if Anthony Mackie blows me away as Sam Wilson as Captain America, then I will sing his praises all the way to the mountaintops of Avalon. I guess the best case scenario for this movie is that it really surprises people and it's really dope, and Sam as Cap is mind-blowing, and then everybody goes and sees it and it's gonna make $1 bajillion. But I think most of us would settle for just a slick action flick that pushes the overall story of the Marvel Cinematic Universe a little bit more forward. And I mostly think that's what we're getting, and that's why I'm excited about these different rumors we discussed in the video. Let me know your thoughts about all that and more in the comment section below. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome Indie Nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.